What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another watch long presentation from us here at the Simply Reliable Studios. I am the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, joined by a man who's already been on the Ring of Honor call for a little bit tonight. That is why he is Mr. Reliable. Reliable. Walter Cruz. What is going on, good sir?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm not gonna lie. I am caught up in Lethal Weapon on my TV screen.
Me too.
Like, so for the people that are watching, if we seem a little bit distracted, you know why. It's on commercial right now, but Lethal Weapon was a wrong movie to put on as the lead into this because it's been so long since I've seen it that I'm kind of caught up and distracted by it.
I couldn't tell you when's the last time I actually watched that movie.
Especially the original.
hmm
You know, like we were talking about in the green room, the fourth one is my favorite. I've seen that one the most, but it's been a minute since I've seen 1, 2, or 3.
hmm I don't even know if it's on any of the streaming services. I gotta look that up now.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But that's not why we're here. We are here for AEW's Holiday Bash Rampage. This is the next to last Rampage in AEW history. Next week and the New Year's Smash will be the final Rampage in AEW television history. And Tony Khan, the madman that he is, you know, whether he's a mad genius or whatever, pretty much every episode in December has been a special of some sort. There were 3 episodes of Winter is Coming, 2 of Holiday Bash, Christmas Collision, Dynamite on 34th Street, New Year's Smash, and all of that leads up to World's End on December 28th.
Yep,
So,
we get the finals to the Continental Classics, which is what I'm
yes,
really looking forward to.
it's one of the things I'm looking forward to.
hmm
TK just needs to finish rounding the card out. Part of
Yeah.
me is looking forward to MJF versus Adam Cole. Part of me is like, it's a year too late, you know, but I know it'll still be a banger of a match. So,
hmm It's
but
not
let's
only a
go
year
ahead.
too late, but there's nothing. There's no title anymore, so it's like.
Yeah, like I legit thought that Kyle O'Reilly was going to win the match
Mhm.
on Dynamite or whatever it was, just to make Adam Cole have to wait even longer. But let's go ahead. Let's talk about the matches that are going to be on the show tonight. 4 matches announced, 1 segment. The first match we'll go ahead and we'll discuss is we don't really even know who the opposition is. It just says that Action Andretti and Leo Rush will be in action. You've got speculation as to who you think it's going to be because you did Dynamite with Noah. I did not see Dynamite,
Mhm.
but what are we thinking about this here? Tell the people who you think it's going to be and why.
So during Dynamite, there was a backstage segment where the oh my god, why did the
Private Party?
private party, and they were drinking champagne, and both the Leo Rush, Andretti, and Miles Hawkins and Goldie were all in there, and they kind of had like a little conflict as to who are gonna be like the next in line to a champion. They pushed each other, and there was like a little bit of back and forth. So I'm guessing it's gonna be those two, but like you said, it's speculation at this point because I don't know. So that's just my speculation. It makes sense because otherwise, why was that segment there? You're on mute.
Sorry. myself because I was talking to someone off camera.
uh,
A fair shout. We'll just have to see what happens as we get into the show here. We know Don Callis is going to be talking, doing Don Callis things. He's going to have a segment,
yeah, I
which
wonder what
leads
he's out
me,
graphic for that.
which leads me to believe that the match that he represents is probably going to be our curtain jerker. That way we can go from that match straight into that segment. And of course, he represents Konosuke Takeshita and Brian Cage, who are taking on Mark Davis and Powerhouse Hobbs. This is a little bit of a setup here as Survival of the Fittest for the TV title is happening on Ring of Honor if it didn't happen already. You know, Mark Davis and Brian Cage both in that match. And then at World's End, we're supposed to get Takeshita versus Hobbs. So the whole match here is sort of a setup for those two matches. I'm assuming the TV title has already been done on ROH's side of things.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't when I was watching, but yeah.
We're there, so maybe it hasn't been done yet. I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
what are we thinking about this match? Like, I feel like Hobbs and Davis kind of have to get the victory here. Hobbs has been on again, off again pushed so much that he really needs to pick up a huge victory here if we want to believe that he's going to defeat Takeshita at World's End. There's still enough time between now and the 28th for Takeshita to get a little bit of comeuppance. But I think Hobbs and Davis have to take this one here. And it makes the champions look weak going into their title defenses, making it think that somebody could upend them. Even if it's just Hobbs pinning Cage and Takeshita escapes unscathed, more or less, you know, I think we got to get Hobbs the W here.
Yeah, I agree, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. I think Powerhouse Hobbs is gonna pin Cage just so he looks dangerous and as a legit contender. Uh, but I know if he loses here, I'm giving up. Like, how many times are we gonna start pushing and then stop pushing and then start pushing? And every time it seems like every time I get behind this man, whether it's an injury or just sudden disappearing, just something happens and he's no longer on the screen, and it kind of made me, and I'm sorry to say it, but it's not even my fault, but I've lost a lot of faith in him, whether it's booking or injury or whatever. So in order to gain it back, not that I'm important, but in order to gain that back, like, you got to make him look at least serious and go back and do something, like show that the company's behind him, like, because it's a start to get the Continental Championship, but I really would like to see him in that world title, like, contention. Like, I really feel like he deserves it, and if he can't get there under Tony, then eventually when that contract comes up, I hope he signs to a better place.
Can you imagine Powerhouse Hobbs and Obafemi?
Oh my god.
Whether they're across the ring from each other, facing each other, or as a tag team, could you imagine how much they could dominate the division as a team?
I couldn't even picture anybody beating them for those. Like, once they get the belt, I don't even picture anyone else winning those things.
For real, like it would be like two Scott Steiners.
hmm
Just nuts.
And Oba would probably by then would be on the main roster too. It would be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, like I see Oba going up after WrestleMania, if not before.
hmm
So I definitely see big things for him. But so that takes care of those three things. The match that I feel is probably going to be our main event is the Continental Classic match. Brody King versus Komander. Everything on television right now seems to be all about the Continental Classic. And while I do agree with your flub up there that the women should be the main event, I saw you throw them up there first. I have a feeling this is going to be the main event here. This is either going to open the show and Takeshita close it, or Takeshita is going to open and this is going to close it. I don't think Tony Khan has faith in the women to have them be the main event of Rampage. Especially since the women had the main event not that long ago when Tony made her return.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to give them that many main events like in a row. It's not going to happen. But
yeah.
Brody King and Komander, I believe, both have 0 points. I could be wrong. Let me see. Okay, Brody King has 3, Komander has 0. So this is do or die for Komander and Brody at the end of the day, because if Brody doesn't win, there's no way he's going to catch up. You know, the best he can do is win his final match and tie the middle of the pack there with all those 6s. But all those people still have matches in hand to pull ahead of him. So I'm kind of led to believe here that Brody's going to get the W because Komander's already a lost cause. You may as well not even give him points at this point. No, it's messed up to say, but at this point, Komander is just plain spoiler. Like, do we look at this match and believe that Komander can beat Brody King?
No, not at all.
Then he shouldn't. You know, and I get wrestling is the F word and it's a suspension of belief and everything, but at this point, he has no points. What does Komander gain by beating Brody? Nothing at this point. Because he's not going to advance more in the tournament. The best he can hope for is 6 points if he wins this one and his last match. Brody can end up with 9 if he wins this one in his last match. So I say give this one to Brody. He deserves it. He was the underdog of last year's Continental Classic. Came out of nowhere, had a hell of a showing. People sat up, took notice of Brody. Give him the W here.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Komander, he's in that Jay Lethal spot from last year where he had no points and all he could do was play spoiler, and they left it like that. They left him with 0 points. So if you could do that to a veteran, Lethal, who I actually rooted for to get some points last year, like you can do it to Komander, like the Mortal Kombat ripoff who's spelling his name with a damn K. like let. I completely 100% agree with you, and I think they'll play it the smart way and let them do it. But I mean, stranger things have happened. It is 2024, but like I don't want to say like 0% chance, but I really it's like 99-1 ratio for me.
Yeah. And that leaves the last match that has been announced. The match that we feel should main event, Willow Nightingale versus Harley Cameron. You know, again, we alluded to it earlier when we talked about Mark Davis and Brian Cage. Harley Cameron pulling double duty as she wrestled on the 0 hour for Ring of Honor tonight. How was that match?
That freaking match was awesome. Oh,
How was Hanako?
Hanako made me take notice of her. I can tell you that much. I didn't even know she was that big, and then Noah told me she's almost 6 feet tall, and like she's a huge woman, and the height difference looked crazy. But Harley held her own, and James misbehaved on this one. It wasn't me. I mean, I made a little joke. about a Harley Davidson. But other than that, I actually was good. But I set it up there. Harley has really come into her own, and it's good that she's no longer in people's shadow. She was in Tony Storm's shadow, and then now look.
Yeah.
So like I'm hoping she does well, but I gotta go for my girl Willow. Like Willow has really made a fan out of me. Like ever since the unfortunate for what happened, Mercedes got hurt, but I mean Willow took full advantage and won that tournament and then kept that title. And ever since she had that run, like I really, really paid attention to Willow. And I'm like, damn it, I just started really, really rooting for Willow. And she turned me into a fan. Like everything she does is just freaking awesome to me. So like I gotta say Willow has to take this one.
Yeah, I've been a Willow fan since the first time I saw her, and I was shocked as all get out when she defeated Mercedes a year and a half ago. Granted, and I will give the devil her due, Mercedes did get injured in the match. If we're being honest with ourselves, that's the only reason why Willow got the W. But she was able to capitalize and totally just make the most of it.
It's the
And
old
she
cliche,
deserved it.
when life hands you lemons, right?
Exactly. And she deserved it. She really deserved that push. And so I'm glad that she got it. I do wish that she had gotten a little bit more, but we'll see what happens here tonight because I see good things coming in 2025 for Willow. She's going to be at Wrestle Dynasty in that huge interpromotional, matchup with CMLL, Stardom, New Japan, and AEW. Or no, it's Stardom, CMLL, AEW, and Ring of Honor all
Hmm.
represented in it. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing if she can win that one. But it, I think 2025 is going to be even bigger and better for Willow than 2024 was.
I agree.
Because 2024 again was basically a fluke year for her.
Yeah, and it's a fluke, but she turned it, like we said, she turned it into the best. And like I noticed her, maybe Tony Khan noticed her, and it was like, yeah, I gotta make something of her, and I hope that's what it is.
I hope so too, but I don't have a whole lot of faith in that until I am proven to be wrong. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Tony doesn't give us a lot to be faithful about, to be honest.
No, he does not. But that pretty much wraps up the card here. Like I said, it sounds like it's going to be a solid show. Next to last episode of Rampage that there will ever be. Next week's New Year's Smash will be the last one. So
And we'll be discovering that too.
I'm hoping that Tony Khan wants to leave viewers with a positive lasting impression and a positive send off because it would be sad to see Rampage go off the air with garbage.
Oh yeah. You don't want to leave us with the impression that that's why you're canceling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You should be giving us matches, be like, see, this is why you should have kept it on the air.
Exactly.
Not giving us matches like, yeah, well, see, this is why it's being canceled, is this shit.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. And we are covering that last one.
again, that pretty much wraps up the card. Let's go ahead and take a moment and run our 2 trailers. Give people an idea of what's going to be coming up with the Simply Reliable Studios as far as watch-alongs and what they can find over on the Casa D18 Studios channel for Renegades reviews. Let's do the Renegades reviews one first because of the way it starts. And we'll be back once these 2 trailers are done to get us into Rampage.
2 and 2.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the wrestling, 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 all the professional wrestling. Damn it. And sports entertainment and other sports and movie reviews.
And soon to be video games.
Right? And I'm still curious to see how the video game stuff is going to work out. Like, I may want to get involved in that, but I'm not. I don't have Twitch, so
I just set it up. Yeah. And thank you, by the way. There was people watching the ROH on Twitch. I don't think I can simulcast on Twitch because I can see that it's got like a little error on Twitch here. So I think it's because the ROH is going on it. We got about 5 minutes before Rampage starts, and like he said at the beginning, be a little patient with it. We got distracted because Lethal Weapon's on right before Rampage, and it's like, shit,
right?
We gotta do it.
And it's like the final fight. Like, it's the last 5 minutes. Riggs is beating the shit out of the villain.
Call it like a match, right? He's got him in a triangle choke.
Right.
But yeah, I'm hoping next week. I hope they go out with a bang and Rampage.
Well, last week's show that I did with James, the Winter is Coming Rampage, was pretty solid. You know, it's been a while since I had seen Rampage on a regular basis. Collision too, for that matter. And it was a solid show. So I'm looking forward to seeing what tonight has in store. And then we'll see what happens come next week. But I'm just hoping they can keep the trend going.
Me too. And I'm wondering. I'm really curious as to what Don Callis is going to talk about. Like, because I don't think you want a new member right now. So I'm like really curious what he brings out. Maybe he's just gonna sum up 2024 for his group or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Much like we'll do eventually. But yeah, that's probably what it is. Like some kind of like wrap up or motivational speech for his team.
Oh, I'm sure it's a little bit motivational because, you know, Fletcher is in the Continental Classic and he's kicking some major ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of that, I showed
You
a
know,
little.
I got a feeling it's going to be Fletcher versus Osprey in the finals of the Continental Classic.
Yeah, we were talking about that off screen. That's exactly what I think. I think it's totally set up for that. But while I'm at it, where'd it go?
And then the winner will get a shot at Okada.
Mm-hmm. I think I showed the gold. I wanted to give people the updated blue bracket. Where did it go? That's weird that it like disappeared on me. There it is. That's the updated blue one. Yeah, look at that. Fletcher's got 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
And Okada's
And
the
he's got
closest.
one more match, so that'll put him at 12 if he
Mm-hmm.
wins that. Which means that Fletcher has to lose and Okada has to win for Okada to stay up.
Mm-hmm. Okada's got 7.
Mm-hmm. Which is what leads me to believe that it's going to be a Fletcher victory here.
Yeah,
because you
definitely.
don't get any points for like a time limit, do you?
No, nobody gets points if it's time limit.
Because I was going to say, if there's a thing where like you get 1 point if it goes to a time limit draw, then you could end up with Fletcher and 10 and Okada with 10, and it would be a tie.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see. We got about 1 minute left.
Yep.
Unmute Lethal Weapon here. Ah, there's that dog. What was Lethal Weapon's original? 87? What was it?
7.
Yeah. Damn, I was 5 years old. Wait, 4 years old. Jeez.
87, I was 11. Make me feel old, Walter.
There we go. Finally got the credits going.
Yep. Almost that time.
Yep, I'm getting a Food Network commercial. Should be
Same.
it. Let's go. Practical Joker. They really gonna roll through all the credits? Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn TNT. To be fair, I do that. When I go to the movie theaters, I don't get up no matter what movie. Marvel's the one famous for giving us an extra scene, but I do it for every movie. I don't get up till
Yep.
those house lights
It's
come on.
Friday. You know what that means? We are live with AEW Rampage Holiday Bash. The Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams, Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz, Tony Schiavone in the ring. And Don Callis.
Whoa.
So we're starting off with Don Callis, which means the first match will probably be the Takeshita match. They just flip-flopped like I predicted.
Mm-hmm.
Don Callis coming out with Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher, of course, as we just mentioned, the leader in the Blue League. Here comes the rest of the Callis family. Takeshita, Cage, Lance Archer. I do feel bad for Takeshita. Like, they've done Takeshita so dirty.
Yeah.
Don Callis looking like he went to the Godfather's wardrobe sale with that hat.
Right? Borrowed it from his closet there.
And
Snatching
of
the mic.
course, Don Callis rips the microphone from Schiavone's hand, as every good heel does.
Yep.
Tells us he has something important to say. The Callis family are the true 1%ers of the professional wrestling business, and they prove it each and every day.
I do like those glasses, I gotta say.
On Fletcher or Callis?
Both.
Fair. Talking about how he's beaten Okada and Ospreay, and now he's going to defeat Garcia to win the Continental Classic. Kyle Fletcher has the mic. Talking about the referee bias from the officials. They don't want to see the Callis family succeed, but it doesn't matter. Says he doesn't care anything about Garcia's feelings. He cares about facts. Says he's the future of this entire company. Callis says when you're the 1%, you're not like the other 99%. Calls Hobbs and Mark Davis scab workers.
Are those two big guys you want to piss off?
No. But when you've got people like the Murder Hawk Monster and the Machine Brian Cage as part of your crew, let them bring it.
That's true. I mean, Cage and Hobbs are pretty much the same person if you look at it.
And here comes Powerhouse Hobbs and Mark Davis. We are kicking things off with this tag team match. So I called this just the wrong order. I figured we'd have the match, then the promo. We got the promo and then the match. Looks like official Rick Knox will be our referee for this contest. Powerhouse Hobbs looking like he got his singlet in the Emerald City. Tell me I'm lying.
No, you're pretty accurate. Let's see who starts.
Looks like it's going to be Konosuke Takeshita for the Callis family and Powerhouse Hobbs. And Hobbs grinning. He wants a piece of Takeshita. But Takeshita, to his credit, not backing down from the monster that is Hobbs. Big forearm smash to start things off. Hobbs answers with one back. Takeshita with another one. Hobbs with the receipt. Both men just trading forearm shots back and forth right now in the middle of the ring. Hobbs seems to have the upper hand here.
People forget how big Takeshita is. Look, he's standing right up to Hobbs' height.
Height-wise, absolutely. But width-wise, Hobbs has it.
Yeah, of course.
Hobbs looked like he was going to go for a huge spine buster, but Takeshita got out of it. Got to the outside, getting some distance here. Takeshita looks like he's telling him to calm down. Powerhouse Hobbs telling Takeshita how close it was. Don Callis has joined the commentary team.
As always.
Don't forget, January 1st will be the mother of all simulcasts that doesn't occur on the Simply Reliable Studios. Is Fight for the Fallen will be on TBS and Max. Now got Brian Cage and Powerhouse Hobbs, and to your point, neither man giving up an inch here.
Too huge, man. You know, Big E's liking this.
Oh, yeah. Big meaty men slapping meat. Cage with an up kick rocked Hobbs, but when he came off him, Hobbs just clocked him and knocked him down. Tag from Hobbs to Davis.
Davis, no small man either.
Nope. Double team Irish whip. Both men charge in with shoulder tackles, taking down the machine Brian Cage.
You know you got hit hard when you took Cage down.
Some vicious chops from Davis, lighting up Cage's chest there.
Bringing back memories.
You and me both, bro. Huge scoop slam from Davis, followed up with a jumping elbow. Goes for the pinfall, body on body, barely a 1 count. Davis had no real pressure, didn't hook the leg. Shoots Cage into his corner, tags Hobbs.
They go knee brace on Hobbs, too. That might become a bullseye and might become a part of this match later.
Going for a double team suplex, but Takeshita in helps Cage and just rocks Davis with a forearm shot. Send him to the outside. Gives one to Hobbs, and now the Callis family has the upper hand on Powerhouse Hobbs. Ooh, jumping knee strike, side rush and leg sweep combination. Cage goes for the pinfall, 1.5 count.
That was a beautiful double team move.
Yep, now some ground and pound shots here from Cage to Hobbs. Tag brings Takeshita back in legally now.
How many times has he already interfered illegally?
Hey, it's not cheating if you don't get caught.
Right?
Takeshita dishing punishment to Hobbs in the corner, standing up there going for the 10 punches, gets 5 and then decides to bite Hobbs.
Damn, yeah.
Taking a page out of the Mike Tyson playbook, tags Cage back in.
That's all sweat right now, too. Ooh, that's a salty bite.
Double team suplex from the Callis family, takes Hobbs over, goes for the pinfall, gets the 1.5.
Man, this ref counts like Nick Patrick with his elbow.
Dude, Rick Knox. I love Rick Knox because he came from out here, PWG official, but yeah, he's a little bit on the slow side there. Huge forearm shot from Cage to Hobbs. Both men trading blows back and forth in the middle of the ring. You were saying?
I used to hate Nick Patrick's counts. Oof. Oh, hell
Huge
no.
T-bone suplex from Hobbs takes Cage up and over.
Dude, he
Hobbs
threw
trying to
Cage.
get the tag to Davis here.
He threw Cage like he didn't weigh anything. Hobbs is crazy strong.
Davis gets the tag now in there, going toe-to-toe with Brian Cage.
There's too many Cages, man.
Right? Christian Cage, Brian Cage. About as many Brawns in WWE. Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Takeshita gets the tag now. Tries to go for that running knee strike. Davis counters. Blue Thunder Bomb, but I'm not even going to pretend like that gets the victory. 2.5, 2 3/4 almost. That was the closest pinfall we've had so far. I will give it that credit, but no victory here.
Hey, maybe if there was another ref and not Rick, it would have got the 3 because he counts low.
That's fair. Restaurant quality picture now. Fuck television.
Every time one of the teams get momentum, it switches back and forth. A good match so far.
Yep. We've now got Mark Davis and Brian Cage in the ring. Cage takes Davis into the corner.
Ow, chest first.
Some shoulder block tackles right to the midsection of Mark Davis. And a brutal chop from Cage.
After he went chest first into a turnbuckle.
Irish whip reversed by Davis. Ring around the Rosies here. Cage shoots him off, catches him with a back elbow, and then a foot to the face there. Goes for the pinfall, gets the 2 count. Hobbs comes in and breaks it up. Cage wants to know from the referee what Hobbs is doing getting in there. Referee Rick Knox, to his credit, reminding Hobbs, you got to wait for the tag.
As if Cage does that when he's on the outside.
But again, you can't call it if you don't see it.
Exactly. Cage doing a little showboat now. I think you want to focus here, buddy.
Yep. The flexes, Big Papa Pump style. We are back full screen now. Davis trying to get a little bit of distance, rocking the midsection of Cage. A couple of nice palm chops there. Jumping knee from Cage rocks Davis. The height Cage got on that too. Got to figure Cage's size.
Yeah, what is he, 6'3", 6'4"? Oof.
Side belly to back suplex from Davis. Desperation maneuver there, trying to get the tag to Powerhouse Hobbs. Cage needs one from Takeshita as well.
They're both distance away. We're at a stalemate pretty much here.
Tags to the freshman. Here comes Hobbs and Takeshita. Hobbs with the clothesline takes down Takeshita, followed by another one. Charges Takeshita in the corner, clothesline in the corner. Sidesteps Brian Cage, sends him into Takeshita. Stinger splashes, swords, sandwiches both men. Irish whip from Cage, reversed, sends Hobbs in the corner. Hobbs out with the clothesline.
Oh, hell no.
Running power slam, shades of the British Bulldog from Hobbs onto Cage. Takeshita went for that knee strike again, but he got caught by Hobbs. Running power slam from Hobbs to Takeshita. This could be it.
That's some powerhouse. You know, I'm a little surprised how much these two have touched when they got an upcoming match. You know, the heels usually kind of stay away from their opponent and do these little funny moves to stay away. But to Takeshi's credit, he's been in Powerhouse's face.
Yep. Went for that spine buster again. Takeshita countered with an elbow. Roaring forearm chop. Rocks Powerhouse Hobbs. Irish whip from Takeshita, reversed by Hobbs. Hobbs catches him. There's that spine buster finally. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, and Cage pushes Davis on top of Hobbs to break it up. Cage throws Davis outside of the ring.
Smart.
Hobbs now returns the favor to Cage.
Cameraman needs to move the hell out of the way.
Hobbs spies Takeshita there in the corner.
Uh-oh. You know what it means when the straps come down.
Haluva kick from Takeshita rocks Hobbs. Here comes Cage. Elbows, step up Inseguri, German suplex release variety. Definitely taking it to Hobbs here. What do we got here? Oh, Jesus.
A pump handle
Cage
variety.
hooks the leg, gets a 2. Hobbs kicks up. I don't know what the hell Cage calls that, but it was definitely effective.
Yeah, thank goodness he kicked out. I was a little worried how he landed.
Tag to Takeshita.
Ooh, I don't like the way Hobbs landed, man.
Blind tag from Davis.
Whoa.
All 4 men in the ring right now.
Oh, what a kick.
Huge scoop power slam Orton style from Hobbs to Cage. Takeshita with one of those roaring forearm strikes. Davis with the German suplex release. High German.
Did you see how he landed?
F5 there from Brian Cage. Goes after Hobbs. Hobbs clotheslines Cage over the top. Both men to the floor. Takeshita and Davis the only 2 in the ring at this time.
Square at 1. This is a hell of an opening match. All right, we got to see who gets the momentum now.
Both men had the same idea. Goes for clotheslines in the middle of the ring. Inseguri from Davis rocks Takeshita to the corner.
Wow. What the hell was that? Just a
like
fist.
A sliding forearm. Davis has Takeshita set up. Both men meet in the middle. Clash of clotheslines, if you will. Davis goes for that Inseguri again. Takeshita counters. Rising knee strike from Takeshita. Rocks Davis. Takeshita with a spinning Falcon Arrow. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Takeshita just pinned Davis.
That was
definitely
shocking.
Not what we were expecting.
Not at all. I gotta give it up to like big men like that should not be doing insecurities. Like, man, Cage did one. And then now no, not Powerhouse. I almost said Powerhouse said that, but Davis did an insecurity like a step up one, and Cage did too. Like, these two are some big men to be doing that.
Yeah, no doubt. Referee Rick Knox raises the hands of the victors. Go backstage with Renee Paquette, who's standing by with Willow Nightingale. Renee congratulating Willow for making it to the Women's International Cup, Russell Dynasty, Tokyo Dome.
I love me some Willow. She's just...
Chris Statlander.
Wow, wishing her good luck. What was that about?
Well, remember, Stats kind of had a babyface turn here as of late, so I think Stats kind of trying to put their negative past behind them and start fresh going into 2025. I liked that. And we're now back on full commercial. We've got Harley Cameron doing a 12 days of AEW commercial.
Yeah, smart way to advertise. Okay. Okay.
Good way to open up the show, though. I really enjoyed that match. Like the whole thing from Don Callis coming out with that opening promo to the match to the Willow thing. That was a great opening 20 minutes. Just need to do this more often.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess he's saving some of the best rampages for the end here. But that was a good opener, yeah. Like I said, two big men being able to do insecurities like that, and the back and forth. Like, it was a little scary when Hobbs got that. I don't know what that move is called, like you said, but that was a little scary. As we're on full commercial again, as we always say, fuck television.
Well, not when it's in between match commercials. Only when it goes to commercial during the match.
Yeah, makes sense. Which they did do.
I've always tried to maintain that if there's
Mhm.
not a match happening and they go to commercial, that's your opportunity to breathe, process what you've seen, discuss with whoever you're watching with. It's only when they go to commercial in the middle of the match that it's like fuck television.
Yeah. I mean, I do give AEW, at least during the match they mostly do the restaurant quality picture in picture. WWE sometimes goes full blown commercial in the middle of a match.
Yeah.
So they did a Willow interview. I hope that's not that. Are you gonna give it to us that early? I mean, I got Rampage is only an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you kind of have to give this all back to back to back like that. If you figure with the commercials, Rampage probably, in all fairness, is probably only really 45 minutes. That's the thing with streaming. You ever like watch full episodes of stuff you used to watch, and then you really see how long it was without the commercials? You're like, damn it, it was mostly
Right?
commercials. I watched Thundercats on Hulu, and I swear that the cartoons are only like 10 minutes long.
Right? Yeah, all those cartoons back in the day, man, they just feel so much shorter now.
Mm-hmm. Tom and Jerry, all of that.
Well, Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, those always kind of were that short because it was always
Yeah.
like multiple cartoons within the broadcast.
Yeah.
But like the ones that were 30-minute cartoons just feel like they're even shorter now. Like I
Mhm.
think we've gotten so conditioned to where like modern cartoons give you 2 cartoons in a 30-minute episode, like a Bluey or a Peppa
Yeah.
Pig or something. Like you get 2 stories in 30 minutes.
Jeez.
Wow,
Let
we
me.
come right back. We've already got the participants in the ring. It's going to be Leo Rush versus not sure who these guys are. Are these the guys that they were backstage with?
I gotta get a look at them.
I don't know who the hell they are, but Rush and Andretti just aren't even giving us a minute to process this. Back flips and
That is them.
suicide dives and all kinds of stuff going on here.
They didn't even give me time to get graphic. Nothing. Like holy
They
shit.
didn't even announce who these 2 jabronis are. Super
They
kick
didn't
by Andretti, roaring elbows, sends him into Rush. Rush gets him with a little bit, springboard by some dude. Andretti
Like-
and Leo Rush duck it. Andretti goes for a clothesline, misses. Leo Rush connects. The other jabroni. What the hell was that? Leo Rush with like a springboard off the bottom popped into a stunner. Andretti with
know.
a neck breaker from the fireman's carry position. Rush hooks the leg, gets the 3 count, and it's over as quickly as it began. What
Yeah.
the fuck was that?
That was just jobbers. That's Maya Hawkins and Goldie. That was them. What the hell was that? We didn't even get entrances. Like, what the? Is that
Here
Private
come
Party's music?
Private Party.
Yo, yeah. I'm gonna take the banner down at this point.
See,
Let me
I,
put this.
I need to talk to Noah because, like, what the hell happened? Why is Action Andretti heel? Wasn't he running with Top Flight? And now all of a sudden he's a heel and he's with Leo Rush. That just goes to show how long it's been since I watched and how little these guys are featured on Dynamite. Because clearly all this should happen on Rampage and Collision.
Yeah. Wait.
Here come Top Flight. Speak of the Devils. Andretti and Rush coming out, ambushing Private Party. Darius and Dante Martin now out there as Rush and Andretti hold the tag straps in the air. Dante gets right up in the face of Andretti.
I'm just glad we didn't have to see the bootleg Legion of Doom coats with the little spikes. So I was kind of glad we didn't get to see the entrance.
Top Flight handing Private Party their belts back out of respect. And we go backstage now to Renee and Harley Cameron.
Ooh, Renee pointing out that Harley has yet to have a win in AEW. Usually when they do that or point that out,
They get a victory.
mm-hmm. Did they just make a boob surgery
Yes,
joke?
they did.
What's on my back?
Harley Cameron taking everything so literally.
Renee fucking winner is hilarious.
All right, here comes the match we've been waiting for. Willow Nightingale, who is 4-0 on Rampage for 2024. That's because she's usually on Dynamite, where, better featured. But still undefeated on Rampage. In the next to last Rampage before the end of the year, will she close out 2024 undefeated on Rampage, or will Harley Cameron get her first victory after being pointed out the fact that she hasn't won a match yet?
No, now I'm a little worried for Willow. The fact that they pointed that out.
I love Willow's theme.
I like everything about her, man.
And here comes Harley Cameron with her pink and black attack.
I like that outfit. Is that like leopard or cheetah print? Something.
Something.
Something!
Doing the little skip around the ring, very AJ Lee-esque.
Okay. Look at that. We want more Harley signs in the crowd. I hope Tony listens.
I'm not sure how much of it is because of her wrestling ability, though, Walter. Just saying.
I know.
Bell rings, and here we go. Lady starting things out with the collar elbow tie up.
Classic wrestling.
Yep. Harley trying to get the advantage, but Willow just way too strong. Shoves Harley right off.
It's almost unfair.
Another collar elbow tie up, and now Willow asserting her dominance. Backs Harley.
Did you refurb?
Going for the Greco-Roman knuckle lock here. Test of strength, but Harley kicks her in the midsection, showing she's not going to play fair. Goes for the wheelbarrow. Willow catches her, turns it into a belly-to-back suplex. And now Willow is in the dominant position.
Oh, my God.
Running cross body press, gets the 2 count.
Oof.
Short arm clotheslines to Harley in the corner. See, I never understood why a person of Harley's size would want to piss off somebody like Willow. I'm not trying to call Willow a big girl, but she's definitely on the thicker side. She's got the extra weight to squash somebody like a Harley Cameron. Why would you want to piss off somebody like her?
I don't know. That's like Emma pissing off Nia Jax. Like, you just can't. Like, why?
Yep. Harley Cameron now tied up in the tree of woe. Willow stomping a mud hole in her and walking it dry.
Ooh.
But Harley using her legs there to back Willow off, get a little bit of distance, get back to a vertical base. Running knee to the midsection of Willow.
Harley showing agility there.
Yep. Almost thought she was going to go for an Oblivion style move there, but she just kind of bounced off the ring rope.
Look at this.
Leg scissors around the neck from Harley Cameron there. Got to be careful. She's only got till 5. Don't want to get disqualified.
Take every
She's actually got a little bit of a dominant position right now, but you don't want to risk losing off of a cheap DQ.
That's true.
Both women out on the outside now. Harley throws Willow into the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring. As we point out virtually every time we do a watch along.
How much of this is actually pissing Willow more off, though?
How much of it is earning Harley some respect from Willow, though?
It's true.
Willow is a very fair competitor. She's what I like to call firm but fair. You know, she will dish it to you, but if you give it back to her, she will respect you.
Yeah.
Harley still dominant, throws Willow into the ring, comes back inside because Harley knows she's got to get the victory in the win. Throws Willow face first into the turnbuckle pad. Now some kicks to the midsection there while she's still back in the corner.
I didn't realize Harley's got some long legs. Like, and she's using it to her advantage. That kick from the tree of woe, now the choke. I didn't realize her legs were that long.
You know who Harley reminds me of with better wrestling ability?
Stacy Keibler?
Yep. Like, even in the face, facially, like if you look at their facial features, they look like they could be related. They're not, but they definitely look like they could be long-lost relatives. We went to full commercial, so now really fuck television. We can't even call what we're seeing.
Right? How did you
panda-looking dude for an insurance commercial called Jacob.com.
Like, how did you go from picture to full? Like when you're almost done with the commercials.
And with the women too. Like, this is the match we were looking forward to the most.
Straight disrespect. God damn it. I was getting into this match too. But yeah, you were right about the Stacy Keibler reference.
And now again, a third commercial. Like, dude, if you're going to do this, then like at least a commercial and then come out. We're losing the momentum of this match, TK. This is the shit Tony does that I don't like. We're back now, full screen. Willow somehow has turned the tide, goes for the cannonball in the corner. Harley gets out of the way. So somehow in all that, Willow turned the tide, but we wouldn't know it because we didn't see it. Hit to the midsection, knee, step up Inseguri from Cameron, drops Willow.
That was a nice one, Rising Inseguri.
Shining Wizard drops Willow, hooks the leg, gets the 1, 2. Willow kicks out.
Nice. She pulled a Shining Wizard out of nowhere.
Yep. Going back to what you were talking about a moment ago about her legs. You know, those kicks And that Shining Wizard lets her use those legs that are her strength. She's not going to beat Willow in a power competition, so the arms and the upper body muscles are almost no-go, but those legs, she can be fast, she can be quick, and she can use those legs to really kind of dish in on Willow. Willow's got Harley perched on her shoulders.
There we
Goes
go.
for a roll through, hooks the legs, gets a 2 count, does Harley Cameron. Willow, I think, was caught off guard by that.
Dude, Harley's
Death
impressive.
Valley driver from Willow. Hooks the leg, gets the 1, 2, 2.5.
And she kicked out of a Death Valley drive. She's really impressing me.
Willow looks like she's about ready, though. I haven't seen the pounce yet. Gut wrench. Power bomb, the doctor bomb. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Good effort by Harley, though.
Hell of a match by Harley.
Hell yeah. Wow, she really impressed me, and I'm sure she impressed Willow. Maybe she'll give her some respect here. Oh! Penelope Ford attacking her after she just was backstage telling Harley we should watch my back and I'll watch yours.
Chris Statlander coming out for the save.
She need to save her outfit before she has a wardrobe malfunction.
Right? I mean, I don't think anyone would be complaining, but
I definitely wouldn't. But the network would.
Penelope Ford and Harley Cameron backing out. Willow to her feet. Crowd chanting, hug it out.
Will we get a hug? Nope. I like the little tease and the slow face turn. You don't need to just flip without an actual reason.
Well, she's already turned face. It's just a matter of getting that apology that they're stalling on. Now we get a Thunder Rosa video package. Of course, she's going to be fighting Mariah May at World's End for the Women's Championship in a Tijuana street fight or whatever.
That's going to be a banger, JJ. A banger. The inaugural world champion.
I wasn't a huge Thunder Rosa fan until I started following Mission Pro.
Oh, okay.
Because you got to figure there was always that backstage drama between Thunder Rosa and Britt, and I was Team Britt.
Yeah.
But when Thunder Rosa got injured, had her time off, and finally made her return, it's like, okay, I'm behind Thunder Rosa now. And as much as I like Mariah, she's not going to lose the title to Thunder Rosa. You know the game plan is going to be Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm in Australia for Grand Slam. We've got to keep the strap on her till then.
Yep. Toni Storm's got to get a cure for amnesia soon. You know what's funny? Like immediately, like people started shitting on that. I actually kind of like this Toni Storm theory because she's got to go back to the future. Now she's in the present. She has a little amnesia. Now I kind of understand why her comeback was on a Collision instead of Dynamite, because when you're up and starting in the company, you start on the show, the lesser shows, till you get used to where the hard camera is. Till you get so it's like Tony is revamping back to being a rookie again. So it kind of actually makes sense now.
Well, that, and as our good buddy Datilla, follow her at Rangers of Wrestling, posted in our shenanigans group, you know, this is supposedly patterned after another movie. You know, Timeless Tony's character was inspired by All About Eve and Sunset Boulevard, and now a poster online thinks that this part of her story is inspired by the 1957 film, The Three Faces of Eve. In that film, it tells the story of a young woman named Eve White who discovers that she has multiple personalities after seeking help from her doctor, Dr. Luther. He finds out that Eve has 2 additional personalities, each very different from her own. Through therapy, they uncover that her condition stems from a traumatic event in her childhood. The goal becomes to help Eve merge her 3 personalities into one stable ability, one identity. And the user points out these similarities. Toni Storm has 3 personalities: Rockstar, Outcast, Timeless. Toni also has someone named Luther in her life who can help her through her problems. And Toni's disorder stems from traumatic experiences, losing her friends and the AEW Women's Championship.
Good call.
I've never seen that movie. I kind of want to check it out, much like I did the last one. So we'll have to see, what happens here.
Look at the imagery too.
Hmm.
That's right up Toni Storm's alley.
Yep.
Yeah. You gotta give Khan some credit for that one. Like Toni
See,
Storm,
that's
right?
not a con thing, though.
Yeah.
From
but just-
everything that I read, and I will give Tony Khan credit for signing off on it,
Mhm.
but everything that I've read, RJ City is the main one doing these Tony Storm storylines.
Okay.
I haven't been an RJ City fan, but if that is true and he is the mastermind behind these, along with Tony and whoever else, Will Washington, kudos to them. Because as a movie guy, it's merging my passions for classic movies and professional wrestling. I saw All About Eve because of the story that they were doing with Tony.
Nice.
Sunset Boulevard is coming up next year as part of Renegades Reviews. I'll see that then. If I get confirmation from people that this is a Three Faces of Eve story, I will watch that movie just so I can see how it all plays out. But kudos to them as we take a look at Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, everything he's gone through this year, the Owen Hart tournament, losing in the first round to Hangman Adam Page.
Jeff Jarrett.
He doesn't like to look behind. He likes to look forward.
He popped up in ROH. It was so hilarious.
Well, of course he
Because-
did. Jay Lethal was there. That's his running buddy.
No, but so Jay Lethal and QT Marshall basically did a NWO version of Macho Man versus like the retro regular Macho Man. So it was like Black Machismo against QT Marshall's NWO
God damn
version.
it.
And Karen Angle was Cheryl for all intents and purposes. I mean, Scary Sherry.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, like, QT Marshall started messing with her, and then Jeff Jarrett came out with the save and just hit the guitar on no, it wasn't on QT, it was on his partner. But I was like, was that a Christmas song? Like, it was just hilarious the fact that Jeff came out there, but it was to save his wife.
Brody Keane is in the ring. As figured, the Continental Classic match is our main event here for the evening. Brody Keane taking on Komander.
And all Komander can do at this point is play spoiler with 0 points.
Mm-hmm. And if he is successful in his spoiler role, then Brody Keane is eliminated from competition also because he won't be able to do any better than 6, and there's too many people with 6 points for him to win.
Mm-hmm. At this point, Komander getting 3 points is just it's just for his own ego or anything. It's just pat on the back. At least I didn't end with 0 type thing.
Yep. Aubrey Edwards, the referee for our main event here. Bell rings, and here we go. Brody Keane walk into the middle of the ring, slapping his chest.
My
trying
God,
to intimidate Komander a little bit.
this is like Rey Mysterio versus Big Show. Look at the size difference,
Yeah.
JJ.
I was just going to say, this is definitely a David versus Goliath contest here. Collar elbow tie up, and Brody King just lifts Komander in the air and carries him to the top turnbuckle. Sets him
With
down and is like, there you go, little guy.
With ease, I might add.
Komander gets down off the top rope. Brody King, to his credit, giving a clean break there. Didn't do anything too bad. Goes for a collar elbow. Komander rolls out of the way. Drop kick. Does nothing to Brody. Half-ass shoulder tackle spins Komander inside out.
Komander's definitely got to try to use his speed to his advantage.
And a paintbrush with the boot by Brody King takes down Komander. Komander goes for a slap, and Brody is just like, bring it.
I mean,
It's like a fly bouncing off of a giant. Even Aubrey's standing there shaking her head like, motherfucker, you crazy.
This is right.
Jesus. One shot from Brody just took Komander down. Even Aubrey's holding her chest like, ow, that had to hurt. Are you okay, motherfucker?
This is like a beast stinging an alligator. With that skin, they're just like, what the fuck was that?
You good, homie? You want me to call this? Brody King sends Komander into the corner, throws him face first into the other corner, and another huge chop rocks Komander, sends him down to his knee. This is just a game to Brody King, but Brody's got to be careful here not to get too cocky and arrogant. That's exactly what Komander will use against him to get that upset 3 count.
Definitely. All it takes is 3 seconds. How many times have we said that before?
Yep. Irish whip in the corner. Komander goes up and over Brody King. Clothesline duck undie, just throws him over him. God, that was so easy for Brody.
Tell me about it.
This is just nuts here. Komander with some body shots trying to get some distance, but a knee to the midsection just drops him like a sack of potatoes. Another chop sends him into the ropes there.
Ow. That's all I gotta say.
Tomorrow on Christmas Collision, Darby Allin versus Claudio Castagnoli. Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. Going to be covering that here on the Simply Reliable Studios with our watch-along coverage ahead of our Saturday Shenanigans 3rd annual karaoke, Christmas karaoke. Komander tried to go for a roll-up there off of Brody. Wasn't able to get anything. Brody with a clothesline. Komander didn't go down, but then a forearm shot rocked him into the ring ropes there.
He couldn't even get him over for a sunset flip. This is ridiculous.
Brody went for a vertical suplex. Komander trying to get a submission here, and Brody just falling backwards into the corner to get Komander off him.
This looks like
Open
me
hand
wrestling.
palm strike. Komander was able to get out of it. Now Komander using his feet to try to chop the big man down. Ducks a pair of clotheslines, and there's the fast feet from Komander. Has Brody rocked for a moment. He's got to try to capitalize here. The big man is reeling.
Ugh.
Komander's got the wrist. Going for the jump up to the top rope. See, now he was showboating way too much. Brody was like, that's enough of that bullshit.
This is like me wrestling my 8-year-old. Like, the size difference is ridiculous.
And we're going to restaurant quality picture-in-picture. Fuck television.
My God, this is literally like you said. It's like when the cow uses his tail to freaking swap at a fly. It's like nothing.
Seriously. And of course, as is the tradition on TNT, 24 hours of one of the worst Christmas movies of all time, A Christmas Story, coming up Christmas Eve, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific, all the way through the same time Christmas Day. I know a channel I won't be watching on Christmas Day.
My son has a BB gun for that movie. You poke your eye out,
Thankfully,
kid.
the Red Rider.
Yeah.
Thankfully, if we do Dynamite on 34th Street, that's on TBS, so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I've watched A Christmas Story a couple times, so people can't say, "Oh, well, you've never seen it, you can't talk about it." I- It's way overrated to me. It's an okay Christmas movie, but it's not as good as people make it out. There are so many better Christmas movies than that piece of trash.
There's Christmas specials that are better than that movie, like Charlie Brown, like stuff like that is better than that movie.
Well, dude, like, okay, you've seen the Santa Claus trilogy, right, with Tim Allen?
Yeah.
I hate part two. Part two to me is the weakest one. Part two is better than A Christmas Story.
Yep. Yeah, everybody says part 2 is the worst one. Like, it really
It's
is.
because it focuses too much on the love story and trying to get Carol to be Mrs. Claus
Yeah.
that it takes away from the rest of the movie. Like,
hmm
and I get that. Like, there's a few scenes when he's courting Carol that are cute and cool, but like, the first movie is a classic, and then the third, where they bring Jack Frost in, Martin Short,
hmm
phenomenal. Martin Short is so good in just about everything I've ever seen him in. The second one just drags. It's
Yep.
too slow moving.
It's like the
My
second one's
daughter
better.
likes part two more than she likes part three, but she also likes her some Bernard, and Bernard's not in the third one. So part two
Okay.
gets the pass just because he's still in that one.
That makes sense.
The mind of a 15-year-old girl, she likes Bernard. I'm just saying.
hmm
And I apologize to the fans that we're not talking about the match, but Brody King is still just manhandling Komander.
Yeah. Plus the picture-in-picture, it just makes it.
Well, I mean, I can still call the action. Brody Lee now
Yeah.
with the boot to the back of Komander's head while he's sandwiched in between the turnbuckle pads there. I can still do this, but it's just like until Komander gets some kind of offense to make this like a legitimate contest, what are we missing here? This is when you could go to the full picture commercial, not during the women's match. Okay, because watching this match is like watching a NASCAR race. They're making a left turn. They're making a left turn. Go to commercial for 30 minutes. You're not going to miss a fucking thing.
Yep. You know it.
And we're back, and Brody King is still dominating. Unlike the women's match where Willow was able to turn the tide, but we didn't see it because we were in a full fucking picture commercial.
The commercial didn't affect this match.
No, it did not. Brody King just like, get up already, bro. Like, Brody, I don't even think Brody is having fun anymore.
Nope.
Another chop. I would hate to see Komander's chest after this. You can already see the blistering there on the right side of his pectoral muscles.
Yeah, definitely bruising there.
Irish whip. Komander ducks under the clothesline, goes for a springboard moonsault. Brody counters. And Komander again going for that submission, trying to suck the life out of Brody. Huge abdominal stretch here. This is not going to do anything, though. Brody, huge hip toss, goes for a senton. Komander gets out of the way. Drop kick, short drop kick from Komander. Gets a little bit of damage. Brody is down right now. Komander needs to get up and get him before he can get back to his feet. Too late. Brody beats Komander to his feet. Oh, Jesus. Magistral bomb there. But Brody rolls to the outside. Komander can't capitalize, can't go for the pin. Komander has another shot to play spoiler next week, Dynamite on 34th Street, when he takes on Claudio Castagnoli. jury is still out as to whether or not we'll be covering that yet or not. A lot of it depends on how people feel once it gets to be 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I definitely won't be here. I'll be at Boston Celtics game.
Komander and Brody outside. Komander seated in a chair as Brody dishes another knife edge chop to him. Oh, Jesus. Goes for a huge crossbody. Komander moves. This is the opportunity the opening Komander needs here.
That's definitely what he needed. Use your environment to your benefit. He can get a count out victory. It counts.
He can. Komander's back in the ring now. Referee counting. Komander goes to the top. Suicide dive off the top rope. Swanton of sorts. Takes Brody King back down. But that broke up any count that Aubrey Edwards had gotten so far. Look at this again.
Oof. Look at that. Komander's got to take advantage of this. Take command of the match. Pun intended.
Yep.
The crowd actually getting into it, Olay. Oof. He smacked Komander's back like, oh, now he's climbing with Komander on his neck in an electric chair position.
Yep.
This ain't
Is he going to go from the middle or is he going to go for broke and go to the top? Suicide. What was that? Power bomb, sunset flip power bomb. Almost a code red. Not quite.
Yeah.
Komander to the top rope. 450 splash. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Brody kicks out.
Damn.
If there was ever going to be an opportunity, that was it. Brody just won this match.
Yep. Did you see how much he threw him off him? Yeah, he went flying.
Look at this 450 again. Bam.
Beautiful 450.
Komander went charging at Brody King. Brody just chopped him down. Shoulder tackle ends up in the turnbuckle post. Komander with a drive-by drop kick rocks Brody King. Brody falls to the outside. Komander trying to get the crowd into it. Springboard, moonsault. Both men down on the outside.
The crowd actually behind Komander.
Well, of course they are. He's a babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Komander breaks the count, starts to roll back to the outside.
Ooh, they're close to that Continental Championship, that thing, that the table that is on. Holy shit. I can see his chest getting worse.
Yep. Shooting star press. He walked the rope there, hit a shooting star.
Yeah, but Brody's feet are under the rope. Look.
Yep. He can't even turn him over. He's dead weight. Kicks the arm.
I mean, what is he, 185, soaking wet, Komander?
Brody catches him.
Ah!
Jesus. 1, 2, 3. That is it. It is all diplomatic at this point. Brody King with the 3 points. Pins Komander, much as we figured that he would in this contest.
What the hell? That move was lethal. Woo.
I know, it's like a sit-out pile driver. Of course, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Christmas Collision, Daniel Garcia versus Shelton Benjamin. Mark Briscoe versus the Beast Mortos. Adam Cole and MJF will have a face-off and more. And that wraps up the live TNT presentation of AEW Holiday Bash Rampage. For Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz, I am the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Thanking everyone for joining us. Walter, you guys usually do a little something at the end, right?
Yeah, we do a little the simple, reliable. Oh my God, why can't I think of the word, JJ? I'm having a brain fart, dude.
I don't know. That's why I asked you what it's called, because I don't know what it is.
The simple. Holy shit, JJ. Why
Do you
can't I
need your
think?
woman to come smack you upside the head so you can remember it?
Basically, because she reset, it's the simple summary. Holy shit.
There we go. Simple summary.
Yeah.
All right. I knew it was Simple Something, but I knew it wasn't Simple Take. That's Noah's other show that he hasn't done for a while. The Simple Summary. So for me, I think this was a damn good episode of Rampage. If more episodes of Rampage had been like this, I probably wouldn't have stopped watching. I feel like the show flowed really well. Especially the first 20 minutes was paced really good with the Don Callis thing, the tag match, and then the Willow backstage segment. The women being in the middle, right where they should have been, if I'm being honest, as far as this card went.
Yeah.
I do wish the Lio Rush Action Andretti match had gotten some introductions, some tags, so I would have been a little bit more knowledgeable about who they were wrestling. Could have had names, could have, been able to tell who was who.
Yeah.
That was really the only flaw, though, with this. I like the way they're teasing the reconciliation with Stat and Willow. I do think that at some point, maybe New Year's Smash, if not World's End 0 Hour, we may get Stat and Willow versus Penelope and Harley. I don't think we'll wait till Fight of the Fallen, but I could see it happen. Maybe that would be the longest I would hold off, is to Fight of the Fallen. I wouldn't wait past that, because then you run the risk of people not caring.
That's true.
You've still got a couple of shows here in the meantime where you can play it up, but I would pull the trigger, the reconciliation at Fight of the Fallen, make it happen, make that match happen there. You figure that week, SmackDown goes to 3 hours with the first live SmackDown of the year. And then the following week, Raw's on Netflix. You've got to give us something spectacular on Fight for the Fallen. Otherwise, your 2025 is going to start off as dog shit.
True indeed.
You're already competing with an entire week of Japanese wrestling that's going to culminate in Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty. You've got to get, and Willow's already going to be at Wrestle Dynasty, so you can't do it there.
Nope.
And depending on what happens with Willow at Wrestle Dynasty, you don't want to wait too long after that. So you got to do it before.
Definitely.
But simple summary, I'd give this an A- show. I thought it was really good.
You know what? I think I'm gonna agree with you. It really was good. The only hiccup was that we didn't get entrances for the Leo Rush, and we really didn't know. I mean, we barely got the call, and even if we did know, I think the match was sub 4 minutes. You know what I mean? It was under 4 minutes, but so yeah, I completely agree with you. It's a A- show. It started off hot, and it ended hot. I mean, even though we knew Komander and Brody was gonna be like pretty one-sided, Komander pulled out in the end and made it look like he could have pulled the upset. So they did good storytelling there. He used his environment around him, but we definitely knew Brody wasn't. There's no way. Like Komander was just there to try to spoil, and he served his purpose. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We're I think we're on the one accord, and the fact that Lethal Weapon 3 is coming on now.
Oh
After, so
Jesus.
yeah, you might you might have to stick around and watch the channel now.
Nah, there's other stuff. I need to watch SmackDown.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I need to watch SmackDown so I can be caught up on that. You know. God
Yeah, but
Raw next week, still gonna watch it even though it's taped.
me too. And I stayed spoil free on purpose. But yeah,
Exactly.
so that's it. So I mean that's it for the summary. So you just sign us off. I mean that was a good quick. I like the hour stuff. You see how fast it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ring of Honor is still going, so if you want to go rejoin the team over there, feel free, good sir.
Okay.
So thank you to everybody that watched. I don't know what our viewership was. I only see Matt in the comments, so thank you to Matt for joining us here tonight. I'm sure everybody is still watching Ring of Honor, and that's probably why, but
Yeah.
hopefully they'll go back and they'll watch this on demand when they watch back Rampage. But to Matt, who joined us in the chat room, for anybody else that watched, for Walter, you Mr. Reliable of the Simply Reliable Studios, I am, of course, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Thanking everyone for joining us. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on Walter's channel. Get him to 100 subscribers. If we get him to 100 subscribers, by the end of the year, he will have to do something embarrassing, chosen by the rest of the panelists on Saturday Shenanigans. I've already got an idea of what I want him to do. Got to talk to the rest of the panel, see if they agree with me or not. And then, of course, make sure you come back tomorrow. Christmas Collision watch along at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. Saturday Shenanigans at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific, as we do our third annual Christmas Karaoke Spectacular. And until then, we'll catch you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.